So hello again, this is Rüdiger from Lauktien and Friends. I want to add something to the behind the scenes video that I recorded yesterday, and I thank you for your nice responses. It's a very good feeling to be able to add value to your approaches in CG photography and to your workflow and to share ideas. It's always a very good thing. And what I want to talk about now is alpha masks or mask IDs, because I received a question about that subject and I want to quickly show you how I do masking. To be honest, I don't use alpha masks at all, actually. Only when I have to render transparency like glass, when I activate transparency in the render settings, then alpha masks are a very good thing. But there's a very quick way to mask out things, especially if you only use your compositions for, if you only render still images and edit them in Photoshop. There's a very good way that I want to show you. For that I use Mask IDs, and I have a Mask ID node. I'll show you how it looks in the render preview. This is it. Doesn't look very beautiful, but if you render this thing out, you can insert it in your Photoshop file, and then you have the possibility with the, I think it's called the wizard. It's, I don't know. Wizard, what is it called? I have no idea. There's a quick selection tool. Yeah, maybe the quick selection tool in Photoshop, I don't know. And you can just click on one color because the color is completely even. It's one color, and if you click on it, you have a very clean selection of this particular area. And then you can use curves on it or whatever you want. You can cut it out, whatever you want. And this is a very good way for me, a very good approach for masking, because I don't have to render out each and an alpha mask for each mesh separately, but I have just one image that I can apply to my composition Photoshop file, and then I just click on it. I have the selections, very quick, it's very fluently and easy. And yeah, this way, this works very good for me. Let me show you the node, how it is set up. You can see it, 1 second. I think you have to change it. Okay, yeah, like this. It's a very simple node, it's not a big deal. You have an object info, here's some a math node which is set on subtract, the value of location, and the random value are going into the values here, and then it goes over to hue, which creates this color thing. And here you have a light path, I think it is, that's a light path. Yeah, it's this one, light path, and then it is reduced to the one output I use. I'm not exactly sure what that is about, and I cannot wrap my head around this because I just see someone using this on the internet or doing a tutorial on this, and then I copy it and I save it in my default file. So when I start Blender, I have it already in there, and then I can use it. I just apply it to the override channel in the layer properties here. And then I render it, and it's quite easy. If you have one layer, you don't have a lot of distinction here. This is all one big part, and those two are separate layers, so they have different colors. But yeah, it's not the perfect approach, I would say. Also, the thing that if you see this here, here's not a lot of distinction. So if I use the quick selection tool on this, I will also select the splashes in the background. But you can do something about it if you play around with some values here. Maybe you can use these values. You could change it to add. Here you see you have a different result. Play around with these settings. Sometimes gives a better result. I don't know. I mostly use subtract. In this case, I would change it to add. So here we are back in Photoshop. and I loaded up my render, my Mask ID render. You can see it here. It's exactly placed upon the other layers, and if I use this tool, this was what I'm talking about. In Germany it's the Zauberstab Werkzeug. You can just click on one layer and you have one part, one color, and you have a very, it's a very clean selection of this. And then I can deactivate this layer, and for example I use a curve, and then I can just edit this particular area, which is very helpful for me. It's very, very easy, very straightforward, and I don't have to mess around with a lot of layers. I just have one layer and everything is inside, and I really like that. It's very good to work like that for me. I don't know what is good for you. You can share your thoughts with me in the comments if you want, but for me that's the best way, the quickest way to have good masks. So that was it. I thank you again, and if you have any questions, as I said, please comment the video, please like it, would help me. And have a nice day.